Sziasztok mindenkinek, Frederik Cornelius vagyok, én Dán vagyok, és én beszélek kicsit magyarul. Szerintem a magyar nyelv nagyon nehéz. And that's why I want to take you through how you would try to learn Hungarian, at least in this video. So watch along as I tell you about how I learned Hungarian, what I like about the Hungarian language, and also how it opens a new world of possibilities if you speak just a bit Hungarian. So the Hungarian language is based off the Uralic language family, also like Finnish and I believe Estonian and some other smaller languages. It's a language that is much different from what we're used to in Danish, English, German, also Chinese. It's very different and not so similar also in terms of the words. It's very different. You also use a lot of suffixes and prefixes, which sometimes can make these very long words. I'm not gonna try to say them. Some that you might hear on the internet. So it's a very different language, but also a very beautiful language. The first 5 words you're probably gonna learn in Hungarian are pretty easy. We have szia. It's spelled with an S and an Z, which makes the S sound. It's much different from sh, which is just a normal S. Szia means hello, and you say this in a very informal way. So szia, szia, also goodbye. The next word you're gonna learn is yes and also no. Igen means yes, and no is nem. And in Hungarian, if you wanna show your gratitude towards something or someone, you would say thank you, which is köszönöm. Here you use the O with the umlaut and SZ, so it's köszönöm. Sounds good, köszönöm. The 5th word you're gonna learn is also hello or good day, because in Hungarian there's a big difference between the formal language and the informal language. Meaning if you speak with someone in a high position, high rank, maybe an elderly person, you would not say szia. That would be very, not offensive, but not so nice. So you would say jó napot, which means good day, jó napot. So I mean, it's you gotta remember this when you are learning Hungarian and talking it in the streets, because people will think if you say something in informal, it can be rude, and if it's formal, people would just, I don't know. If you're a tourist, it doesn't matter that much, but if you live here, you should beware what you say. We were once at a Christmas fair in Hungary, and just that I spoke Hungarian, the Hungarian old lady I met there, she was so impressed, because it's a pretty difficult language. So we got free chestnuts that we could eat, and they are very good and tasty. It's also pretty convenient to know Hungarian when you are traveling here, because most of the times it's only spelled in Hungarian and not English. Of course, we're in Budapest now, so most is in English, but if you go to the countryside, it would be a very good idea to know what toilet is called. It's a mostó and different kind of things, so I mean, it's pretty convenient to know it. Here are my top 5 tips for learning Hungarian and becoming a better Hungarian speaker. Live in Hungarian. It might sound a bit weird, but what I really mean is that you should try to indulge yourself every day. Maybe move to Hungary if you have the opportunity. Watch Hungarian movies, it helps a lot. Listen to Hungarian songs. Try to say every word in your daily life in Hungarian. And that's, yeah, I mean, that's a good way to get a big vocabulary. Use an app. For example, I used Duolingo and also Monthly for some time. Then I started using Drops just to get all the words, because that's, I mean, you're probably gonna learn a few thousand words and it will take some time. Learn the alphabet. I mean, they use the Latin alphabet like we do here in Western Europe, but they have a few extra words like e, u, u, u. So they have a few more. And what really helped me was to look at the alphabet in Hungarian and then pronounce every single letter, because in that way you could get a sense of how you would pronounce actually every word. Would be to find some people who speak Hungarian and train with them, because I guess you have to talk with somebody. So if it's a workplace, if if it's a friend, if it's a gaming community. I think everything. For me, it's the music, and that's how I learned it so fast. For me, the best thing about learning Hungarian was the new world that opened up to me. After some time, I could talk with people. I met so many nice people who became my friends. I have now long-term friendships with a lot of people. I wrote songs in Hungarian, which is pretty brave. I went to X Factor, if you've seen that, Hungary. I played on almost all the Hungarian festivals. And work-wise, I also was offered a few jobs just by learning Hungarian. So I mean, why not learn it? The friendship, the career, the art. Yeah, it's just amazing. If you're on public transport, it's also a very, very good idea to know Hungarian so you can know when to get off. Another great way of learning Hungarian for me was also watching Hungarian movies. And luckily in Budapest and other places, I think you can get like a cinema ticket for 2,000 forints, which is only around €6 or something, which is very, very cheap. And you can watch some very nice, well-made Hungarian movies and learn the language. Another great aspect of learning Hungarian is the amount of art, music and books you can experience. Sometimes, you know, Petőfi and others, they are translated into Hungarian, but it's still not the same experience. And also there's a lot of Hungarian artists who haven't been translated to English. And you can buy a book for €1. That's cheap. I mean, the amount of books you can get and so beautiful art and poetry, I could nearly cry for all this. Now I just bought a book about all the countries, a student's encyclopedia in Hungarian, so I can learn how to pronounce all the countries, regions in Hungarian. Only €1. When entering restaurants in Hungary, it's also very, very impressive to know a bit Hungarian and how to order. And sometimes they also give discounts and sometimes some extra free food, and it's pretty good. So we're gonna order something now in Hungarian. Would you be interested that I do a basic Hungarian course? Let me know. It could work. Én szeretnék egy gombás hummus és egy pita falafelvel. Jó étvágyat! Learning a language, and especially Hungarian, requires a lot of patience because you're gonna fail many times. What I often say to my friends when we are studying together and stuff is that I think the most important thing when learning a language is to have self-confidence. Because you can study and do all this stuff, but if you're afraid to talk, speak, it's not gonna work. So I mean, that's my final saying today. If you'd like us to do a language course, let me know. It would be amazing, maybe. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, leave a like, and let me know what your favorite Hungarian word is.